Hello. I wanted to show off the several different types of cameras I have. Like, I want to call them camcorders, but they're not really a camcorder style. Like this first one here. This is the Jazz Z5. It can do photos and video. It has this flip out screen. It says that it's a TV out, but my model doesn't. It would have went there where the dimple is. You might be thinking, oh, this looks like a flip camera, even with the... Well, mine's kind of stuck, but with the flip out USB connector. It normally comes out, now it's stuck. There it is. Yeah, this, I think, came out in 2007. It could do 240p and 480p video. I got this at a tag sale. Nothing special, other than one of the springs corroded away because the previous owner never took the batteries out. So now I just need to shove a little piece of aluminum in the edge here. And that's not tight enough. Oh, that extra millimeter. But yeah, that has a green line on the screen, but it always works fine. Nothing special. Low, bad quality video, and there's like an electronic ticking sound. But it was one of the first cameras I got, so. Then from there to this one. This is a Aptec from around 2003. It's a 2 megapixel camera. The 3.1 is a lie. It takes compact flash. I have the 2 gigabyte in here. I don't think it could take the whole 2 gigabytes. It came with 128 megabytes. I like this design. It has a manual focus. This flip out screen. It has a little viewfinder, so you could actually use this switch here, turn the screen off, and save some battery. And it also has this little mirror here, so you could do like a selfie camera type of mode. You could do photos, which still look pretty decent, and you could do video. And the video is absolutely horrible. It's like 15 frames a second, very compressed 240p. That video of the children's prints that I have on my channel was filmed with this on purpose, so just to make it look extra creepy. I like this camera. I don't know how well this is going to come in. There it is. So the audio is really no, I do not want to do that. The audio is really crunchy. The still pictures don't look that bad. Nice camera to mess around with when you want a certain look. I like this for what it is. Then another camera I have is this cheap Vivitar. Now it was a piece of garbage when it came out. This came out in 2011, and there was a lot better stuff in 2011. It's designed like the same as this. It has a flip out screen. It can do video and audio. I mean video and pictures, 240p and 480p. The picture I think is like the color's a little clearer, but I think it's about the same as the Jazz. Still garbage. And this is what the screen looks like. So you have the mode button. So that's playback. That's video and picture. You have some options here, which this probably would have been a decent one if it came out like 5 years before, but for 2011, this is garbage. I think it was $20 brand new. It takes 3 AAA. And has the, well, this is stiff, but it has the flip out connector, which doesn't lock in place, so you plug it in, it falls back in. It does have a tripod mount. I forgot to mention on the Jazz, it had one, but it broke. And so does the Aptec one. And also, it takes 2 AA's. And that's the speaker. The other camera I have, which I like it, but it only does video, is the Flip. This is the Flip Ultra HD, the 2009 model. You can tell because it has the round sensor on the inside. The later one had a more square one, and that one could do is a slightly improved. It has a tripod mount on the bottom, and it runs on 2 AA's. Mine, the rechargeable battery, is shot, so it doesn't work. It's the, if you don't know why it's called the Flip, is because the USB arm flips out, and these batteries should be good enough. Oh yeah, I forgot, yeah. And yeah, this, I like this, but the only thing you can do is take videos, review the videos you took, and delete the videos. That's the only thing this can do. Which, I like it for what it is, but, and this is the 8GB model, so I have 2 hours on this. Just quickly here. So, not a bad camera. I like how it could stand on its own because of the big base. But the camera I like the most would be this one. The Kodak PlayTouch. Now this is, I think, from 2011. The other reason why this is a piece of garbage, it's about the same year. This could do video and photos. It's all touchscreen. You have a removable SD card here, up to 32 gigabytes. AV out, mini HDMI, and 5 volts to charge. And a really flimsy USB stick here. And this is really flimsy. So I just usually take the SD card out. And it has a headphone slash microphone input here. It has a close-up and far switch to adjust the focus. In this camera, you could actually pick the resolution. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So you have widescreen 480p, 720p 30, 720p 60, and 1080p. Even this is 40p WVGA is only 30 frames a second. 480p and 720p have the same field of view. 1080p is slightly zoomed in, probably because of the way the sensor is. Then you have some other stuff. You can adjust the microphone gain, which is nice. Some other stuff. Video output, just basically standard stuff. You can change the, if you do photos or video, only one size for 5 megapixels for pictures. You could do some effects like black and white or sepia, nothing fancy. I like this camera. This was like the common camera I use. I think you can get a remote for this. It takes a rechargeable Kodak battery, which I think I looked, you can still get this on Amazon, I think. And it does have kind of a sensor. I think you can, it recognizes when you, it saves to the video, the style you do it. So this is my average camera I've been using for a while. I do have a few other cameras here, like I got this a while ago to replace a broken digital camera. This can do video, it's a Nikon, but there's no microphone, so this does not record audio. And it only supports up to a 2 GB card, so this really isn't useful other than still photos. It's a Nikon Coolpix L4. I might actually sell this, I might not. And then this one was my sister's camera. We bought it. It actually had the better one in the box. And it's a Fujifilm Coolpix, I think. It's the JX400. Now, you may be wondering, why do I have a toothpick holding the lens open? Because it's kind of quite common for these to have I'll call it the eyelid, to not open after a while. It started with one, now it's both. So the only way to get this to work is this. This could do good photos, and the video is weird. The video on this, with the 4 GB card in there, the same 4 GB card I'm using in something else, could only do just under 20 minutes of video. I think it was an AVI. But it does like 9 minutes 40 seconds and then another group of like 8 minutes. So it looks like this is going to do video in 10-second intervals. 10-minute intervals. And it does do audio. It does up to 720p. It does some low resolutions too, like I think 320 or something. So if I HD, 1280 by 720, 640 by 480, 320 by 240. And the battery, this is a replacement battery. It doesn't last that long. It's okay. And that's why I keep it in the bag, because I don't want the lens to get scratched. Then also for a while, I was using this. This is a Motorola Moto X, I think the first gen of the Moto X. This had, I think, a 10 megapixel camera. It was good when it came out. I was using this for a while to do videos. It records, I think, only in 1080p. But the problem with this was it only has 16 gigabytes of internal memory. And half of that is taken up by the apps and OS and stuff. There's an NFL app on here which I cannot delete because it considers it a system app, which is bullshit. And then eventually YouTube stopped supporting this, so I couldn't upload from the YouTube app. I would have to go through the browser. Picture on this still doesn't look bad. But YouTube, they stopped supporting this because it's so old. And this is from 2013, I think. It's a 3G phone. Okay, it's not really worth much. It's like, I think, less than $5 trade-in. It's better just to keep for the camera, but they have so much other stuff that can do that. So then there's the camera I'm using right now. This camera right here, if I point right, this camera is a new one I just got. And you probably noticed it has a 52 optical zoom. But how am I going to show you this camera? Well, I'll just do this. So I just swapped it with the Kodak PlayTouch, and this is the camera. It has a lens with a little cover on it. It has this screen which can swivel. You can actually go all the way this way and fold over here. It has a couple ports here. It has the mini USB style B for charging. That's the analog AV out. Charge light and I think a micro HDMI. It has some other buttons here for some features. It has the menu, a record button there, the little menu controls. This, and then you have another record button here. And you already saw where the SD card goes. I kind of like this camera. You can see there the zoom lens. Yeah, the batteries here as the hold handle thing. I like this as a camera. It has some features. This can do still photos. You hit the mode here. That. You just. Oh, you just press photo for a photo. So, yeah, for video. Yeah, for video you have 720p 30 frames a second, widescreen 480p at 60, and 4:3 at 60, which is nice. I think this should probably be the highest quality camera I have that can do 4:3, because the Aptec is garbage on purpose, and these are just cheap. This is just cheap garbage. At least this would be a good one. And I remember reading that this, yeah, those are the two resolutions for widescreen. I mean for photos. 1.6 megapixel and 0.9 megapixel. So it looks like the PlayTouch actually has a higher quality, at least for still photos. Which the PlayTouch might still be the better camera, I don't know yet. I remember either this wasn't good or low light conditions. But we'll see how it compares since I'm doing the same footage now with both cameras. This does record in, you probably saw it, H.264. It says it right there. So, then you have the zoom there, stereo mic, which I need to try that, see how good it is. But yeah, I like this camera. It's like a more proper camera. So I probably could be using this and the PlayTouch mostly, with probably a little bit of the flip. I still want to make a video record you using just the flip. Maybe I was thinking about doing some stuff like use the flip for most of it. Maybe use this for some zoom-in shots. I already filmed the one scene where a guy takes a low-quality video of a UFO. I've been wanting to do this since the summer. And I was thinking at the end, just take every single camera I have, even this one that can't do audio, and just record the UFO blowing up from like 5 different angles. I think that's going to be kind of funny. But these are all the cameras I have. And also, I also have this cheap USB LED light. It didn't come with a color filter, so it's supposed to be a red and a yellow filter, but that's what I have.